So once again, it's GTC time, and so as last year, we have our roving reporter, Ihab Tarazi, who's CTO in our ISG business, focused on this space live at GTC. Always great to have him give us a firsthand view of what's going on. Ihab, lots of exciting keynote news. What was your take so far? What's all the buzz at GTC?
Thanks a lot, John. I like this edition. This is fun doing this GTC reporting. Yeah, it was very exciting yesterday. One of the most comprehensive set of announcements and opportunities, and we at Dell are involved in the vast majority of them. So biggest announcement was new systems and new chips from NVIDIA. Grok LPU3, we saw how it fits into the inferencing and where it helps with accelerated performance and speed of execution. Good news is we've been working with Grok even before NVIDIA's acquisition for years, and LPU3 we're very interested and familiar with. Being able to get the NVIDIA software stack and support FP4 is a huge plus, so we're excited about that. New announcements of scale-up Kyber rack, which takes you to NVL 1152. 576 was the max, now 1152. This is very significant. We were already planning for anywhere from 1 megawatt to 3 megawatt power racks, and that takes us even further. So the world continues to get more dense. Announcement of Dell AI Data Platform with all the storage enhancements integrating NVIDIA libraries, QVS and QDF, being able to do NVIDIA libraries to accelerate vector databases and analytics and data platforms. That's huge, and that's fully integrated with Dell storage, both structured and unstructured, and also our project Lightning that we are building for a parallel file system. So that data story is huge. We've shown performance improvements all the way up to 12x, some of the capabilities in terms of being able to access and process data from storage. Also, not to be missed is some of the announcements around the new Agentic. OpenClaw and now Nemo Claw, the secure version from NVIDIA. We have been working with NVIDIA very closely to put it on our GB300 workstations. We have the only liquid-cooled workstation of GB300, our own design. So that I heard somebody say that this is like the new Linux is OpenClaw, and it's gonna be like wildfire. This is very exciting. Everybody's walking around with some lobster claws, everywhere during GTC. In addition to that, the new Agentic AIQ 2.0 from NVIDIA, the self-evolving agents, all the new software updates on AI Factory. We showed on the floor VR200 for the first time. We had one of the first ever produced boards of VR200. Vera Rubin, Jensen signed it on our booth, and as well as signing the workstation. It was a really exciting time. That has become a tradition. Jensen and Michael walk our customers and sign some of the latest gear that we have.
Yeah, no, it was a busy keynote. I as a user of these technologies, things like OpenClaw, came out of the blue, but they really didn't. They're just an indication that as we move into Agentic and beyond, every few months something disruptive is going to happen, and if that disruption gives us a new capability, in this case, personal agents. Great, let's go figure out how to use it. Let's focus on real ROI and trying to solve business problems. But what it tells us is it is not the technical evolution that's the bottleneck. The technology is moving very, very fast, and there are new capabilities showing up every day. Navigating it as an enterprise takes some discipline, but the bottom line is, up and to the right. And Jensen showed some pretty interesting charts about, cost and performance and context window and all of those things. No matter what measure you have, we're seeing them just continuously improve. Hey, one thing I wanted to double click on, because it was kind of a geeky audience, is, outside of the keynote, there's other things going on. And one of the ones we're really excited about is we've been doing a bunch of work with NVIDIA on NVQLink, which is really tied to the quantum ecosystem. And one of the things we shared is that, we've now done performance testing and optimization to get to sub 4 microsecond latency, which is kind of a first of a kind. So I know that wasn't in the keynote, but you were there firsthand. It seems like that was an interesting news bite for the quantum folks.
Absolutely. So we at Dell, all our technical teams have spent a lot of time with NVIDIA on NVQL, Link, and how it works, and being able to test it on our PowerEdge servers. And as you probably know, that is a hybrid. This is a huge enabler for hybrid quantum, and being able to make it easier for all these quantum computing companies to take advantage of GPU acceleration as they build a model. It took a lot of work and tuning to get to that performance number, and we met it. And NVIDIA came out saying we're probably the best performing, if not the number one in that. So that was extremely exciting. It wasn't on stage, but I bet it will be on stage next time. And I, as you said, John, the economics was eye-opening. How it works. It's became all about token economics now. How many tokens per watt, how many tokens per dollar, what you can do. And as we all know, that there's continued to be shortages of different components in the supply chain. So that's going to drive significant optimization of how many tokens can you get out of silicon. So that was the biggest discussion, not only data centers construction, but now how can you get the maximum number of tokens out of your infrastructure.
Yeah, as always, Ihab, thanks for giving us the update. I think this is a market that's simultaneously maturing and accelerating, which is just fascinating to watch. And thanks for the front row seat. We'll definitely be talking to you throughout the year, and we'll see you here at the next GTC as our field reporter. You didn't realize that was part of your job description. So, Ihab, take care. Have a great GTC.
Okay. Thank you for having me, John. I love these discussions. Thank you very much.